Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. And this is going to be I think it's a pretty exciting video because we're going to look at the potential valuation of a pulse swap or whatever the final name is that Richard releases with the upcoming pulse chain. Of course, it's pulse swap's going to be a fork of Uniswap of version 2, and so it's going to be an automatic market maker, which will allow you to do swaps, do pool and yield farming. It's going to be pretty super duper, and of course, it will have its own token. Pulse swap or whatever the final name is that we'll get as part of the yield reward. It's going to be super duper good, but this is not ordinary. This is no ordinary launch, and so we're going to just point that out that we're going to look at some potentially current market prices for a pulse swap equivalent, and so let's get straight into it. This could be potentially huge. Of course, we've already got Hex, which is already super valuable, over 100 billion with the Origin wallet valuation. We've also got obviously a Pulse chain. It's going to be priced up. Who knows what it could be, similar to Ethereum. Who knows? Well, if we're going to find out, it's going to be pretty awesome fundamentals, being the biggest airdrop in history, covering all ERC20s and NFTs, 721s, etc. So it's going to be pretty cool. So these are just layered on huge financial opportunities, fundamentals, and then of course you've got a pulse on that, of course, and then of course on top of that now you got some sort of pulse swap, Uniswap fork on top of that. It is really quite amazing. Let's get into potentially what it could be worth, but once again, existing competitors may not be the same. It could do way better, it could do slightly less or less. We just don't know, but this is going to be indicative of some of the upward valuation fundamentals. So let's get straight into it. Here we are on CoinGecko.com. Yes, I know it's CoinGecko, but we're just going to use it for this exercise. Uniswap, of course, version 3 is the largest DEX. Now let's have a look at the overall DEX volumes to give you context. Always good to have context. So the 24-hour DEX volume on CoinGecko is a 7.6 billion. So 7,658,825,478 at the moment. It's 5.2% of all 24-hour volume, and of course that means that the total volume is somewhere about 134 billion, something like that. Very cool indeed. It's got a lot of obviously visits to it. Pretty nice, 158 million here. It's got pretty amazing monthly visits. So huge, 158 million is huge. And this is going to grow. This percentage will grow. That's one thing that's really important. This is going to grow over time because DeFi is so important versus centralized. And as people get more savvy with crypto, they'll move to DeFi. Unless they're doing margin trading, even that will probably come to DeFi and bigger numbers with limit orders already around with 1 inch, etc. So pretty huge. So you can see this number here is my projection is to grow quite rapidly. Why Binance chain moved into the Binance Smart Chain, why Binance Exchange moved into Binance Smart Chain, that sort of thing. So pretty huge. All right, so here we are. We've got number 1 is Uniswap version 3 at 2.1 billion US dollars. That's the 24-hour volume at the moment. Amazing. And of course a number of coins, 475. So obviously that Uniswap is used for Ethereum. 275 number of peers, 931. Just amazing. And visits 7.5 million. Amazing. This is the sort of volume that you're talking about. This is what causes value. Pretty awesome. The most traded pair, USDC Ethereum, on this one, and of course a percentage market share at 28%, so massive. And of course this is what this is version 3, so it has one-sided pools as well. You can do one-sided pools in terms of the price. Here's a version 2. PancakeSwap is version 2, is ranked number 2 with almost 2 billion of value in the last 24 hours, and 3,225 coins and 6,241 pairs. Amazing. And that's 25 million visits, it says here. Just amazing. The main pair is Wrap BNB with Binance USD. So just amazing, 295. So obviously working on the Binance Smart Chain, 26%. So you can see the two big players here. pretty huge. And then of course Uniswap version 2. This is what PulseSwap will be forking, and that's worth 620. It's got $623 million in 24-hour volume on this one, so amazing. 1,843 coins. Number of peers 3,227. I mean, it's huge opportunity to do trading there. Visits 7.5 million folks. OMG! Can you see some of the potential here with PulseSwap and PulseChain? It is mind-boggling. It really is. It's like jumping to the front of the queue. That's what it's kind of like. Now the top pair says here is FEI. XC, so I'm not too familiar with that one. It's got 8.1% of the volume. Then number 4 is Trader Joe, decentralized. So Joe is the token for this one. Obviously Uni is the token for this one. Cake is the token for this one, and Uni for that one too. 482 million in daily volume, and 95 coins, 715 pairs, 2.5 million visits, and USDC is the number 1 pair there, 6.3%. So finally, our wrapped up number 5, SushiSwap, of course, and decentralized is $415 million in 24-hour volume, 397 number of coins, and number of pairs 759. 250,000 visits. So you can see the difference here, and then you can see the relative valuation as well. So it'd be pretty interesting to do a ratio of these two, to be honest. And then 5.4% is SushiSwap volume. So obviously these often do multi-chains now too, so you might see them pop up there on other ones as well. So then we've got Compound, number 6, 300 million. Radium, after that 219 million trading volume. Spooky Swap is at number 886. Walker at number 902, and then finally number 10, QuickSwap, 102 million and 24-hour volume. So pretty obviously QuickSwap's pretty popular on the Polygon network, pretty big. Then you've got all these other ones following on, of course. You've got SushiSwap on Polygon, as I said. Many of them are going, multi-chain. You can access multi-chain on them, so pretty cool. And you got Uniswap on Arbitrum1, for example, 54 million in 24-hour volume. Shiba Swap, even you've even got that. So lots of ones here you probably will recognize. SushiSwap on Arbitrum1. So you've even got Uniswap on Arbitrum1, so different chains, and those are all pretty cool too with the volume. So you can see that's going in pretty amazing, and the list goes on and on and on. Loopbrain, you see lots of popular ones here. So I'm just going to go through the top 50. So Cherry Swap and Binance Dex. Lots of stuff here, and number 50 swap there. So that's the top 50. Obviously there's a lot more. I will leave a link in the video description if you want to check out a lot more there. But amazing. Now let's have a quick look at the market cap. This should be should pull this up on this one. Oh, it just has the volume here, but that's the one. We're actually going to go look at the coins to see the market cap. So this is the change here. We're going to go, I've actually got those already open. So here we are. So Uniswap's currently worth $20 at the moment. It's a coin, and obviously this started off actually an airdrop boom as well, with a lot of dexes and other bridges and all sorts of places trying to do airdrops. And this one's at $20, so a lot of people got 400 unique tokens if they'd used the Uniswap dex, and of course a lot of hexagons got that because they were the ones that helped adoption with the Uni and decentralized exchange. So and they've obviously reinvested a lot of that back into the Hex ecosystem. Very cool. Now you've got the market cap here of 9 billion, folks. Whew, wow, what would, let's say PulseSwap is called PulseSwap. Imagine that, 9 billion. This is the Uni. This is on the first one, of course. Amazing. That covers the first two. This one, version 3 and version 2. That is the value at the moment. Of course, it's been much higher as well. It's been up to $44.92. It's currently worth $20 at the moment. I'll just give you an idea. So this is the closest match to PulseChain, because PulseChain is going to be a complete system state fork. The biggest airdrop in history is pretty massive, folks, pretty massive. Let's just do the ratio of, let's say 45. Let me get the calculator up here. Let's take 40.4. Let's run that up to $45 and run that down to $1. So that's a 45x, folks, for there. So 45 divided by 1, 45x. That's amazing from the all-time low. Obviously, they'd have different issuance prices, but that is 45x just from the low there. Pretty amazing. That's pretty quick to do that. All right, so you can see that we also got, so that's Uniswap. So we've got 9 billion, as we say, is the current market cap, and it was much higher than that. It's currently 55% below. So this thing was up at like $20 billion market cap, just showing the upside potential for PulseSwap. It is mind-boggling. Now, the total supply is 1 billion tokens. Circulating supply is 453 billion tokens. So you got to do the, in terms of pricing, you got to do the relative ratio. But pretty full on. This is going to be insane. It really is. You can tell how excited I am. Let's go to PancakeSwap, number 2, of course. And we talked about that having $2 billion of volume and heaps of trading pairs. Really nice. And of course, don't forget the Uniswap version 2, how many trading pairs are in there. So it's going to be a boom economy on PulseSwap. Remember, it's going to be cheaper and faster on PulseSwap. So, sorry, a Pulse chain is going to be massively super and faster and cheaper. So it's going to be a real premium on that. You can see how much economic energy comes over, and you're going to be able to lock over. You're going to get your biggest airdrops. You're going to have half the pool for free, and then of course you're going to get all the bonuses, the trade and exchange fee. Say let's say 0.3%. You're going to get obviously half the side free. You're going to be able to be a derivative of the Uniswap, and therefore tie the Uniswap pair over. It's going to be pretty amazing. And on top of that, you're going to get the whatever the PulseSwap token is called. You're going to get that yield farming and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's massive. Really is exciting opportunity. So here is PancakeSwap, $13.94, market cap 3.4 billion. So even if we did 3.4 billion, that's what you got there. Nice. And circulating supply 245 million tokens on the cake there. So pretty awesome. Let's go down. Let's do a max chart here. You can see that this is pretty typical. This run up, bam, 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 bam. So it's gonna be crazy. So the price, low price 19 cents, and the high price $44, say. So pretty amazing. So let's get the old calculator. 40 divided by 20 cents. So $40 divided by .20. That's a 200x on the low if you got on the low. Nice. So 45 for the other one based on the low, which is doing the low, not the issuance price. Just as a quick way of doing it, pretty mad gains. Let's have a look at the chart actually. Let's do max on this. I think we've got max. So you see the run up in the chart, pretty cool, and the run up in the chart, pretty cool too. So nice. I think that the profile will be a bit different if there's because it's going to be a sacrifice phase at the beginning, a bit like a pre-sale, I guess, and then a launch with the actual pools dropping. So it's going to be interesting, the complete structure of that. Richard will no doubt have that super pumpamentalized. So pretty nice. Right, so that's number 1. Let's have a look at number 4 here, Trader Joe. We saw that's $500 million. It's got 715 net trading pairs. Let's look at Joe here. Now, I'm not too familiar with Joe myself, so this is the first time I've really looked at it. $3.26, and of course, it's got circulating supply 128 million, total supply 236, and you got all the links over here, of course. Let's have a look at the price, $5 and 2.6 cents. OMG. Let's do a max chart here. See the similar pattern here, right? Don't take into account we are in a bull market, so just take that into account as well. But because there's so much economic energy here with the pairs trading, it is pretty epic. And you can see that here in the market, 417 million at the moment, and it's $3.51. So you know, it's so behind that. So let's do $5. Let's do $5.10 divided by $2.6. So let me just clear this. So $5.10 divided by 0.26. That's, oh my god, that's a 19,600x. So pretty amazing from the low there, and congrats to those people that got involved in that. Now finally, SushiSwap, let's go check that out. Amazing. SushiSwap, of course, a 415 million volume. This is going to be the final one we look at, just as a teaser. I'll leave all the links. You can check out further stuff you want. 1.4 billion in market cap. Nice. $7.39, of course. Circulating supply 192 million coins. Its total supply 237 million. Cool. See all the links over on the right here. Let's jump over here, and you can see the 68% below the all-time high price, $23 and 47 cents was the low there. So let's just do a quick math of that. $23.40, $23.40 divided by, forgot that lower price there, 47.5, so 0.475. That is a 49x if I've done that maths right there. Pretty cool. Let's do the max chart here. and you can see the run up in the price. Hopefully that populates. And I think that is the full price there. So started off pretty high, and it's actually come down a bit off that. Pretty cool. I don't know if this is actually updated yet. Let me just double check that. There we are. I thought something was wrong there. All right, so the price spiked up on the beginning. It was a slightly different looking chart than the other ones, and then came down to 60, to the all-time lows, and then ramp up, bam. And of course, you got different times here. December 2020, so it's been rallying pretty much most of the year, coming back off a bit, but pretty amazing stuff. Let's quickly check the price charts again. We've got Uniswap, of course, at 9 billion. And this is the closer one, of course, because PulseChain is going to be a system state copy. So pretty cool, rallied up and moved along like this. But of course, the difference is that Pulse on the Pulse chain is going to be deflationary. It's likely that that Pulse Swap will be inflationary, but we don't know that entirely. So we'll see how that works out when it does launch. But this is the one we've got here. So Cake is at 300.4 billion. You can see it had a big rally up, pull back. Obviously, there's different market pullbacks as well. Moves along with that. The Ethereum one, of course, is probably a lot more stable, and that's probably, I imagine, that with the deflationary aspect of what am I trying to say here? Of Pulse Chain, that will probably help support a more secure price as well. And of course, here we are. I don't know if I did max on that. Yeah, I did. So here we are. This one here is Joe is at 417 million, and finally 1.4 billion for Susi Swap. And you can see this got rally up as well. So it's going to be interesting watching that. I think it's going to be with the deflationary aspect of Pulse. I think that should be able to add a even bigger pumpermental. But we're going to see how Richard structures it, because he knows how to make the pumpermentals work. So pretty exciting stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did, as it really does show some potential upside if you're thinking about it. So pretty cool. All right, we're going to wait for the tokenomics in detail though from Richard with the sacrifice first, a few weeks before Pulse Chain mainnet, and then of course the yield farming tokenomics as well after that. So pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and yeah, potentially worth billions as we just saw. All right, okay. I will catch you in the next one. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and yeah, leave comments. I always respond to the comments, and onwards and upwards. That's what I feel. This is just another super opportunity from Richard Hart. Cheers.